It is camp day here at the CAA Centre with the Brampton Honey Badgers coming back to their home court for another important Eastern Conference matchup, but this time against the defending CEBL champions, the Niagara River Lions. My name is Francisco Pong, and I will be your sideline reporter for today's matchup. Now, with a handful of games left in the regular season, every game is becoming more important. Brampton comes into this game looking to strengthen their hold with second in the Eastern Conference, while Niagara is trying to climb up the standings. Brampton will be without their starting guard once again, Sean East II, who is continuing his NBA Summer League opportunities, which means Brampton is going to have to come into this game showing their depth against a Niagara team who has one of the top scorers in the league, Ahmed. This is the first game of a back-to-back series for these two teams, with the next matchup to be this Thursday. But to get us started for this one, I'm going to send it over to Matt and Joe. Guys?
Thank you, Francisca. Matt Bonomi alongside the coach, Joe Razzo. And Joe, 19 different camps in the building at the CAA Centre today. 2,400 kids excited to get some hoops going here on this Tuesday afternoon. And what a great game to watch here. You get one of the best in the game, Khalil Ahmad, in the building, and a Brampton Honey Badgers team that look to build on their second spot in the East.
Yeah, they've got some, but Brampton's got some new guys, and if you want to be entertained, some of these guys, Trenton Flowers can do that just by himself.
Trenton Flowers coming off a season-best 31 points against the Ottawa Blackjacks the other night. And speaking of stats, let's take a look at how these two teams match up for this afternoon's ball game. And one of the things that stands out here, Joe, the rebounding. So it's somewhat even there, but let's dive into it a little deeper. Brampton second in offensive rebounds per game with 12. Niagara 10th in defensive rebounds with 24 per game.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big stat today, is if you can board with them. And Niagara is actually at the bottom of the league in rebounding, so they've got to pick that up. They need to rebound with their guards. You got to put crooked numbers up from the guard position. And, you know, I'm looking for Keontae Kennedy to get his numbers up. The other one is the points. Niagara's offense starting to get a little bit better, but they're still at the bottom of the league in the offensive production. So let's see if they can move that today.
Let's toss it back over to Francisca, who's standing by with Brampton head coach Alex Serta.
Coach, this is the first game of this little back-to-back series you guys have with Niagara. How important is it for you guys to come out and just set the tone early this game?
Yeah, we really challenge the group just to be the aggressors from the start of the game, be the toughest, hardest working, most competitive group, and then we'll live with the results after that.
And you split the first game with this team early on in the season. What is it that you want to see from your guys differently this game?
Yeah, you said it, but we just got to compete, play hard on both sides of the ball, and then just execute our game plan.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Guys?
Friends off the court, but this afternoon foes. Two Eastern Conference rivals set to square off in the Flower City. On the other side, stick around. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Welcome to a new CEBL season. It's been amazing, Canada basketball, to put that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian Goose.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight, because we're gonna have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is the trail, this is the real, and all that I gotta say, I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away, what a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Back inside the CAA Centre, just about set for action between the River Lions and Honey Badgers. All right, Joe, let's take a look at the keys to the game. First for the River Lions, presented by CBIC.
So number one is urgency. They've got to play with or start with urgency if they want to play for 40 minutes, and that's huge. The second one is they need a co-star, not just a cast of supporting characters to help Khalil Ahmad. So Vinales, Kayo, or Kennedy have to step up. And number three, perimeter defense. They got to defend the threes, and they got to defend penetration.
And for the Honey Badgers, Joe, their keys to the game also presented by CDICR.
Yeah, number one is ball movement. When they were playing their best basketball, it moved. And when they had their little bit of that run where they weren't playing as well, the ball stuck. So no sticks. Number two, get to the paint and operate. This is where they're excellent at getting inside, finishing, but getting inside and then kicking out for the three. And the last thing, control the Lion King. Khalil Ahmad has been one of the top players, the clutch performer. He's the top of every scouting report for 5 years. They've got to make sure they take care of business.
Well, on paper, that sounds easy, but in reality, it's a lot tougher than you may think. All right, moments away from tip-off here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Niagara River Lions, it'll be Kayo Vinales, Khalil Ahmad, Nathan Kayo, Elijah Lufile, and Keontae Kennedy. The River Lions entering with a 7-10 record. They're 5th in the East, but coming off a couple of impressive wins against Eastern Conference opponents. And for the Honey Badgers, it'll be Tyrese Hunter, Brandon Moontu, Trenton Flowers, Justin Hamilton, and Matthew Moncrief. Brampton 9-8 against second in the Eastern Conference, coming off a win against Ottawa. All right, Joe, you've got a player to watch from each team, starting with the River Lions.
Yeah, let's talk about the veteran, Kyle Vinales. Only 2 games under his belt, but the 34-year-old point guard is a scorer in every league he's been, and this guy has traveled the world. What he can do is put the ball in the basket, averaging 19 points a game. He's the potential co-star that we talked about that the River Lions desperately need. So enjoy yourself, folks, because this guy can shoot the ball.
Niagara 2-0 since he joined the squad as well, so the perfect supporting piece. All right, and for the Honey Badgers, your player to watch is someone that everyone will have their eye on.
Yeah, so you go from the veteran to the youngster. Trenton Flowers, somebody who's coming right out of high school. He's only had 4 games, but he's averaging 24 points in 32 minutes. Here's a guy with NBA experience, and he's logged minutes. This high flyer, inside and out, can really entertain. And be careful if you're the River Lions, because if you haven't seen him play, you'll remember who he is.
Trenton Flowers was injured. He spent some time at home, and as he told us in his first game here, he was sitting on his couch before he got the call to come play here in Brampton. And it was interesting, he had a lower body injury, and he said now he's at 125%, so he's back to normal, but he said he feels 125%, but his game's not quite there. And if the first couple of games is anything less than 100%, well, boy, we are in for a treat.
Yeah, his athleticism is off the charts, and now he's starting to find, he's starting to fit in a little bit. And as he fits in a little bit more with this team, he stops thinking, becomes more a little natural, and he becomes even more athletic, and that's scary.
So he is an athlete, to say the least. So this is the third of 4 meetings between these two teams. They've split the first 2. The last meeting was on June 15th. But as Francisca said, it's the first of a home and home, so the next game will be in Niagara on Thursday. And these two Eastern teams have met 22 times in the history of the Canadian Elite Basketball League, Niagara leading 17-5, thanks to a lot of their success the last couple of years.
And this game, because it's the third of 4, is huge because it puts, that tiebreaker becomes a huge part, especially when you look at the standings, how crowded it is. So you want to be able to own the tiebreakers, just like, Brampton did this week against Ottawa. They control that tiebreaker.
So teams that know each other pretty well as rosters continue to round out here as we hit the quarter pole of the Canadian Elite Basketball season. The tip-off is presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. So the River Lions rocking the whites. Honey Badgers rocking the pinstripe white and black unis.
Yeah, you look right off the tip and you look at the size and length that Brampton has over Niagara. So you're absolutely right. We've talked about rebounding being a key factor.
Yeah, there's some big boys on the floor here. Of course, Niagara losing J.D. Mayula with a facial injury. That was a big loss for them, but Elijah Lufile getting the call off the bench now. So the River Lions are ready. The Honey Badgers are ready. We are ready. Let's play some CEBL hoops in the Flower City. Ball is up. Tip is won by the home squad. It'll be Tyrese Hunter who holds the rock first. Justin Hamilton, one of the newcomers here for the Honey Badgers. Hunter calling for some help. 10 on the shot clock. Wanted to go inside to Moncrief. Not this time. Moon2 up top. 5 on the shot clock. 3 ball. Off the back rim, and Kaio, good job of boxing out a big Moncrief.
Yeah, that's, good defense by Niagara. Showed a little bit of intensity early. First play of the game, real nice set by by Brampton, and then all of a sudden Niagara does a nice job defensively. That's something that they need to do, is start with urgency.
This Niagara team needs to start with some
of defense.
And that one kicked out of bounds. Khalil Ahmad got a foot in the lane there. What a sight that is to have Khalil Ahmad back in the Canadian Elite Basketball League after completing a season overseas. Missed a couple of games to start this season, but certainly a sight for sore eyes. Here's Flowers. Goes behind the back. It's a tough free throw for Trenton.
Yeah, and that was, we talk about players who can create their own shot. Flowers with the size and length going up against a real good defender there.
Flowers has recorded 20-plus points in every game so far. This is his 5th game of the season. Here's Kaio down low. Dishing off to his fellow big, Lufile, who almost lost control. Ahmad. Box at the shot. Kaio wide open. They're giving it to him, and he'll take it.
Yeah, good ball movement. The ball goes in the paint. Elijah Lufile's got to be careful inside, and he knows it. There's lots of length to block his shot. So what's he do? He kicks it out and gets a chase situation.
Head coach Kimball McKenzie told us paint touches were important the last time these two teams met up. They get one there. Here's Hamilton. Tries his luck from deep and cashes in.
And that's the danger of Justin Hamilton. He's long, he's lengthy, but he's got a face-up game.
Hamilton shooting 58% from deep. He's got a target score time winner this season. That was a 3-ball. Ahmad drives, and a foul is called. So it'll be before the shot, but Khalil draws a foul.
And if you're Niagara, you need ball movement to create a little bit of a closeout because they're good drivers, especially Khalil Ahmad. He's one of the best guys that fouls drawn in this league.
Well, there are players that will just put their head down, drive to the net, but he's got a couple of different weapons when he finds his way into the key. Vinales up with the left, tough shot. Lufile couldn't get hands on it. Moon2 in transition, dropping off to Hunter, who lays it in.
And that's where Brampton is playing to their strengths. Brandon Montu is one of the guys who's really developed in his run here. His last 3 games have been so much better.
Ahmad cutting through the middle of the key, and Moncrief clipped them from behind. Hamilton was involved too. We'll see who the foul is on. And it's going to be on Hamilton, as Ahmad will head to the free throw line.
So when you get back on defense, you want to be, especially off a made basket, you want to get yourself into a ready set position on defense, but you want to get your matchups. In that case, Brampton came back, but they didn't talk about it. And all of a sudden you had the wrong matchup on Khalil Ahmad, and he took advantage of it and went right to the basket on Moncrief.
That takes Khalil Ahmad about half a second to decide and identify that defensive error. Knocks down the first free throw.
It just goes to show you, Small mental mistakes cost big points.
Ahmad knocks down the pair, averaging 19 points per game this season. CEBL vet out of Corona, California. Here's Flowers. Trying to bully his way inside. Flowers elevates and gets the roll.
Flowers did again what he did last time. Mid-range jump shot. He worked his way in, got physical with the ball. Good defense, better offense wins.
So Flowers putting things together early in this first quarter on the offensive end. Vinales calling for some help. Kyle. Vinales guarded by Moncrief. Trying to go to work, steps back to his left, launches, and Hunter's there.
Brampton willing to switch on all ball screens.
Hunter sky high, 3-ball. Kyle there for the board. Vinales looking up the floor. Ahmad left wide open, and a defensive mistake there by Brampton. Ahmad knocks down the triple.
First thing on defense you got to do is stop the ball and control it.
Here's Hunter. Brampton up one, tossing it inside, and Moncrief able to finish at the rim.
What great focus by Moncrief on that. Kennedy got his hand on the ball, and he was able to still catch it and finish.
Moncrief playing in his 18th game. He started 17 of them now. Here's a deep 3-ball. Moncrief fighting his own teammate Hamilton for the board.
How about Hamilton bringing the ball up naturally and comfortably?
That's the one thing. These guys are bigs, but they play like guards. Flowers launches and hits.
He finds his confidence with a couple of short jump shots, and then he hits that first three. He gets dared, and he takes it.
Brampton up 6. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Kennedy looking for the roll. At Vinales, he goes cross-court into the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Niagara's got to go. Cayo, desperation, and makes it work. Nathan Cayo, an ace from deep. That makes it a 3-point game.
And Nathan Cayo spaced the floor for Niagara.
Hamilton challenging Lufile, settles for the jumper, and it's the right decision.
You know, you said settle, and settle seems to, but they're settling for shots that they can make. Both Hamilton and Flowers doing a nice job of getting into the paint.
Vinales on the roll, it's picked off. Back the other way goes Hunter. He challenges Ahmad. Good defense there by Khalil. Numbers for Niagara. Cayo lane to the hoop, and he goes to the left. Good box out there by Lufile.
Yeah, it's a great assist by Lufile inside. Put the defender on jail. The shot blocker had no chance.
6'7" Elijah Lufile. Obstacle in the middle of the key. Lead back up to 3. Here's Hamilton. Now trying to challenge Lufile. Good defense there from Elijah, pushing him back out. 3 on the shot clock. Brampton's got to go. Hamilton fires. Moncrief fighting for it, and Cayo's got it.
Brampton didn't get a paint touch there, and that's one of the few times in the half court that they've shot the ball without a paint touch.
Ahmad with an uncharacteristic turnover, and he gets called for the personal foul.
So how about the length of Brampton being able to touch the ball? That's 2 turnovers that they caused just on passes off, and then when they switch, they put length on the ball, make it very difficult.
Subs coming in. We're going to take a break, and you can check out all the new players on the other side. 3-point lead for Brampton over Niagara. Stick around. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From High Rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, The days I almost skipped, but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey. Limitless possibilities.
Brampton with a 3-point lead over Niagara here at the CAA Centre. Matt Bonomi alongside Joe Razzo. Third member of our team is Francisca Opong. And Joe, one of your keys to the game for Brampton was get to the paint. They've certainly done that, outscoring Niagara 8-2 so far, and they're 5 of 5 from 2-point shots.
And because the paint's so important, because they can all shoot the shot, and Flowers and Hamilton do a nice job of hitting the short jumper. But by getting to the paint, they can also kick it out for the open threes. This team's very efficient right now on offense, shooting the ball, 5 for 5 from the twos and 40% from the threes. That's a pretty good start.
You'll win a lot of ball games if you can keep that up. So out of the timeout, Brampton will start with the rock. There's Cam Tyson into the game. He started a good portion of the games earlier in the season, then took off for NBA summer camp with the Golden State Warriors. He's now back after missing 2 games. Tyson, quick fire. And that one goes out of bounds off of Brampton. It was Joshua Majafo who got a hand on it. But what a good sight to see Cam Tyson back in the lineup here in Brampton.
And if you're Niagara River Lions on the scouting report, you're putting a big star. And when it says range, you just say max as soon as he touches it. So they come off. Here's the best shooter right now in the most 3 points made, second in percentage in the CEBL. And you know when he gets his touches, they're going to run stuff for him.
He was 5 of 9 from deep last game against Ottawa. So he's finding his stroke once again. 2-2 steps back, fires. And right there, Flowers able to grab the air ball. Trying to push, and Flowers fired that right at the rim. Taps his chest, looking over to the bench, saying, my bad on that one.
Yeah, you see both teams right now, if the ball doesn't touch the paint, both teams haven't been anywhere near as effective. When they go inside or at least run the action to get the ball inside, it could be with a penetration or it could be with, like a post feed. But both teams need to go inside out.
Unis 2-2, bringing the ball up the court. Jordan Chuente also checking in moments ago. Here's Khalil Ahmad. Trying to go to work. Khalil driving baseline, up with the left, count the bucket. Oh, the magician with another trick.
Man, great scores sometimes can slow it down. Like we see it with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Khalil Ahmad's almost the same in the CBL. He's big, he's strong, he's lengthy, but he slows the game down to his pace. He's never out of control when he drives. He gets contact, he's got defense, he holds the defender on him. A little hostage dribble there, but then takes his steps, calculates it, finishes off with a nice little spin on the English. Khalil Ahmad's just a talented scorer.
One of the greatest Canadian League basketball players of all time. Hits the free throw. Now he's going to get a breather here as Vinales checks back in. Joining him is Ayub New Hussein. We'll follow at CEBL League on all social platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more for all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League. Knotted up at 16. Here's Flowers. Chuente on him. Good defense there, and not so fast as Chuente called for the personal foul.
Jordan Chuente is a great story. A Canadian who's played at U Sports, played his career at Brock, was a big in university, but now he's so athletic. His ability to guard people at multiple positions. And coming off the bench, you give him the Trenton Flowers. He's got the athleticism to stay, potentially stay with them.
Chuente, season highs in minutes, points, and field goal percentage this season. Back-to-back double-digit point games. He's had 2 in the last 3, I should say. 2 double-digit point games. So he's earning his minutes here. Brampton earning another chance. Triple deep, good. Flowers all day breakfast. He's cooking it up from the top side.
Oma Jofo with the offensive rebound tap, inside out.
Man, Tyson gets tied up down low, so a foul. That'll be Gorjak Gak, who's heading to the free throw line here. Brampton up 3, 19-16 with 2:15 to go in the first quarter.
Gorjak Gak from Australia. He's got lots of length. He's played in the CBA this year in China, but he's yet to produce. He's got it, like that last rebound there. Oma Jofo grabbed the rebound from him. He's got to do a better job of anchoring this defense from a rebound position.
And I guess he debunks the myth that big guys can't shoot free throws. He's 6'11". Knocks down the first.
Yeah, you haven't seen my scouting report on him.
I wondered. I was waiting for what you were going to say. So Brampton clinging to the 2-point lead. Keon Ambrose Hilton. Here's Tyrese Hunter, and foul is called. Vinales picking up the personal.
Yeah, and Vinales is so important to this team scoring-wise. He can't get himself caught with situations like that. There's a lot of emphasis to put pressure on the ball, but you got to be in control.
So Ahmad checks back into the game. Brandon Moon 14 on the shot clock, set to inbound. Moon 2. Draws a couple defenders. Flowers cuts inside. He's got Ambrose Hilton, and he smoked the layup. Wanted the call, won't get it. Khalil Ahmad up top. Mir Hussein goes down low. Kayo flips up top. Good ball movement here from Niagara. Vinales steps to his left and hits.
Yeah, ball movement creates closeouts. Closeouts create scrambles. Scrambles create open shots.
Well, that was clinical there from the River Lions. And just like that, they find themselves +1 here. 20-19, Flowers. Doing a lot of dribbling inside the key. Desperation pass to the perimeter. Flowers gets the return in the corner. And Ambrose Hilton able to fend off a couple of defenders. Nice dish off. Ambrose Hilton challenging inside. Took the body. Good defense there from Niagara, but they turn it over. Ball all over the place. Tyson, step back. Pocket triple is money.
You can't give teams opportunities over opportunities. Ayab Hussein, Nur Hussein grabbed a great rebound, but he got stolen from him.
Well, let's take another look at it as we have a timeout on the floor.
So defense ends once you get the rebound, but if you give it up, you don't have that opportunity. Ayab Nur Hussein grabbed the rebound, but kind of was thinking break and just didn't get his feet right, and it turned into a turnover. And you don't want the ball to end up in Tyson's hands.
Well, Cal Tire is a proud partner and tire expert of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. So the Brampton Honey Badgers continuing to flourish from three-point land, 4 of 9. 2 of those 3 balls coming from Trenton Flowers, 1 from Justin Hamilton, and 1 from Cam Tyson. So they made their money from deep throughout the season, and they continue to do so here early. Cam Tyson was at 68 three-pointers on the season entering this ballgame. He needs 3 to pass Justin Wright Foreman for most made in a single CEBL regular season. So he needs 2 more to do so.
So here he was. Cam Tyson left Brampton to go to the Golden State Warrior camp for Summer League. Like, talk about a team that loads up on shooters. And he, at the University of Seattle, he knocked down more threes in his 4 years than a guy on Golden State did in his 4 years at Davidson and Steph Curry. This guy is a prolific shooter and scorer.
Not many people can say they've made more college three-pointers than Steph Curry and J.J. Redick. So Cam Tyson takes the experience. And the wonderful thing about Brampton is they celebrate these opportunities for their players, as do all the teams in the league. But they want their players to go and get this experience. Fans at home may not like it because the players are away from the team, but it's an experience that they need and they try to take advantage of. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Keontae Kennedy fading away. Tough shot. 3-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Tyson doesn't care. Ambrose Hilton's got the offensive board. Tyson in the corner, same spot. That one no good. Ambrose Hilton right there to clean it up.
Yeah, if we're Niagara's getting themselves in trouble here. Can't be 3 shots for $1. And that's what seems like what's happening. Brampton is just outworking them, grabbing multiple offensive rebounds and getting second chances.
Vinales trying to beat the buzzer, and that shot would have counted if it went, but Kennedy couldn't get the circus floater to drop. At the end of one, 24-20, the Brampton Honey Badgers on top of the Niagara River Lions. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Looking to level up your future? Algoma University's Brampton campus is where ambition meets opportunity. Study in-demand programs like business, computer science, and psychology right in downtown Brampton. We offer the most affordable tuition in Ontario and are ranked #1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries. Small classes, big support, real success. Algoma University Brampton. Success within reach.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornsby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian news. Two hands. Oh, what a block from behind.
Back inside the CAA Centre, 5 lead changes in the first quarter between the Brampton Honey Badgers and Niagara River Lions. And second chance points seem to be the recipe for success for Brampton in that first frame, 8-0 outscoring the River Lions.
Yeah, and those are coming off of 5 offensive rebounds. All happened in the last 4 minutes of that quarter. Second chance, offensive rebounds. Imagine giving your team a second chance to score and sometimes a third chance. Underrated stat.
Good teams will take advantage of that. Here's Munis 2-2. Ufile trying to set the screen. Kennedy thought about it, and now he will shoot. And the officials looking. Who's that off of? It's off of Brampton. Kimball McKenzie wants his team to play with a little more intensity there.
Yeah, but they can't. They're starting to settle from the 3. They've got to be able, if you're not going to attack the basket, they got some extra fouls on it, you got to put the ball inside.
Lufile, and he was grabbed. That was Moncrief who was all over him down there.
So Elijah Lufile is a strong, powerful big, but he doesn't have the length and size that some of these other bigs have. So they can react when he leaves the floor. His best opportunity to score inside is to score quickly and to get to their bodies.
So Lufile will need to play some hot potato to get rid of it. Kennedy cuts, Ahmad top side. And Kayo able to grab the loose rebound. He's looking for an option now. Doesn't want to go with Moncrief. And Tutu lost control of the ball. It's loose. Moncrief has it. Goes behind the back. Hunter now has it. Who wants it? And able to keep it in bounds was Tutu.
Tutu loses the ball because it goes inadvertently off someone's foot, but then he stays with it.
Tutu in his 4th CEBL season, second with the River Lions. Played a number of years back in Niagara. Tutu driving and earns the foul.
Yeah, Munis Tutu's a real good, solid addition. Like a Canadian guard who can defend the ball against an import guard, but also can shoot the ball when you need it. There's a guy who played on the under-19 team, under-18 team for the Canadian national team, and has a Carleton education, and that means he's got a Carleton education in basketball.
Well, here in Canada, we always love when players go and get experience in other parts of the world. He was at Loyola Marymount before transferring back to Carleton, as Joe mentioned. 2-time champ with the Ravens. That's 2-time national champ, I should say. And what do we have here? Second free throw dropped. It looked like, well, they just want to clear the floor. Tyson got caught up there with Tutu. Thought there might have been a call, but instead, the official wants to make sure the floor is clean. Humidity can play a factor when it feels like 50 degrees outside, so.
Yeah, we've lucked out today. We're inside and we've got headsets on.
Jackets off. I've got shorts on underneath there. You just can't see. Here's Hunter. Pigrize setting the screen over to Cam Tyson. Ahmad's there.
Different look for Niagara, going to a 2-3 zone there.
Trying to catch Brampton on their toes. Ahmad hesitates, drives, and draws the foul again.
His change of pace, and then all of a sudden when he explodes with strength. And Ahmad just doesn't dip the shoulder, but makes the contact. Hunter doesn't get in front of him. Result of foul. I'm surprised they're not giving him two.
Khalil Ahmad's also surprised. Not happy with it. Looked like it might have been on the shot. 24-21, Brampton on top of Niagara. 8.5 to go in the half. Here's Kaio up top, wide open, and he hits another.
And they use Ahmad. The whole defense rolled towards Ahmad. Kyle uses a pick and pop on a screen, but he set a solid screen. That's why he was open.
Well, Brampton is giving Nathan Kaio that shot as well. As open as he may be. Moncrief in the corner. Trying to push inside. Ize up with the left. And right there's Lufile.
Yeah, Ize's a long, big guy, but not real good touch inside. You can see Niagara lay off him a little bit.
And that one goes out of bounds. Khalil Ahmad sitting on the baseline. Kimball McKenzie and Ahmad both upset. As Hamilton will check back into the game for Brampton.
Ahmad saw the big end of the wall there with Brampton. Not very rare do you see Khalil Ahmad get bounced off the paint.
The officials talking on the sideline here. Just to confirm. And it will be Niagara ball, fresh 14 on the clock. Lufile. He's won 3 consecutive CEBL championships. Into the corner. Tough shot there, no good. Kaio on the rebound. Fresh 14 for Niagara.
And Kyle came from the perimeter there. That's twice now. He's come from the perimeter and given Niagara a second chance opportunity.
Kennedy trying to go to work. Good defense there from Moncrief, and a better shot from Kennedy.
Yeah, that looked like what Flowers did earlier, right? You got the mismatch, you like the guy you're on, and what's he do? He probes with the dribble, ends up shooting the paint jumper.
Kennedy hits a jumper and gives Niagara a 2-point lead, 26-24 in the CAA Centre. Stick around, more second quarter action coming your way. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying...
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
Redtag.ca.
Back inside the CAA Centre, the Niagara River Lions with a 2-point lead over the Brampton Honey Badgers. I'm Matt Bonomi, joined by Joe Rasso. Third member of our team is Francisca Opong. We're going to check in with Francisca right now.
Thanks, Matt. You see the General Tyrese Hunter hyped up in that last timeout, telling his teammates, get up, stay focused, and let's play the basketball that we know, and that is to be aggressive on the court. Matt?
Good stuff, thank you. Tyrese Hunter has been on a mini heater of his own. Last 3 games, 23 points per game on 48% from the field. Averages 13 a game, so he's coming into his own the last couple of games. He's got the ball in his hands right now.
Again, Niagara changes defense. They go to a 2-3 zone. I always thought the best time to change defense is on the other team's timeout.
And Hunter able to solve that defense, draws a foul, and he's going to head to the line.
Matt, and the reason I say that is when you call a timeout, you're trying to make adjustments, you're trying to do things. Sometimes you leave the timeout not being prepared against them changing defense.
Well, New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now by visiting CEBL.ca.
That's Brampton's first free throw of the day. You know, they've been knocking the shot down, not attacking the basket. That's always a sign to me about who's attacking the rim, who's trying to score inside, how many free throw attempts you get.
Hunter now 12 of 13 over his last 4 games from the line. Here's Tutu. Guarded by Muntu. And a travel there as Vinales was tap dancing on the baseline.
Yeah, he got caught a little bit on the space there. He caught the ball with a little bit of jump step. And that's a good way to describe it, a little tap dance on the baseline. So it was just one quick look, it looked like, for Niagara. Here they are.
Yeah, it looked like they're applying a little bit of pressure here. Head coach Alex Serta identifying that right away, yelling no zone. Here's Hunter cutting inside, up with the right, gets the roll. Tyrese Hunter using all 6'1" of that frame.
And the fact that Hamilton hit a 3 earlier, he brought Gak out with him, and all of a sudden he was, Hunter looking inside thinking, I got this much space.
Into the corner, Kennedy. And right there, Trenton Flowers, who's back in the game, pulls down the rebound. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Flowers, contact, gets the call. So to the stripe he goes.
So just like Niagara scored in transition, here's Brampton coming down. The ball's never in control. Flowers was just able to probe, take it down the middle, and score. You have to stop the ball early. If you wait for the ball to come to you, you're in a defensive situation. You're going to be a victim. But if you pick it up early, you can dictate at least which way you want to push it.
So Trenton Flowers knocks down the first free throw. There's a lot of excitement around the Brampton team right now. You'll talk to team CEO Al Whitley. It could be assistant GM John Ross, GM Jermaine Anderson. They're all excited about the potential of Flowers and Sean East playing together and how they'll bounce off of each other.
Yeah, I think the league should be excited too, because that could be a dangerous duet.
Here's Vinales. Kayo. We met by the double team. Vinales had the shot for a second. Niagara really passing the rock here, 2-2. Someone's got to shoot it. Kennedy won on the shot clock. And almost picked from behind. And it looks like a foul is called.
Yeah, good solid defense, good offense by Niagara. They don't make the shot.
So Tutu picks up the personal. That's his second.
Niagara starts the quarter with a 6-0 run. Timeout by Brampton. They come back. They go on a 6-0 run.
So the timeout stuff working for head coach Serta. Here's Flowers. Dribbling through the middle of the key. Fake. Flowers up with the right. And he traveled.
And Gak did a nice job of maintaining just enough space that he could use his length to, make it difficult for Flowers.
Elijah Lufile and Khalil Ahmad back in for Niagara. So a 4-point lead now for the Honey Badgers. Here's Vinales. Khalil Ahmad. Lufile wants it inside. He's got a mismatch. Kayo driving. Lufile eventually gets it, and he tucks in the layup.
Brampton switched up on the initial ball screen. They had a big on the guard, but that means you got a guard on the big. And they couldn't get help. Lufile did a nice job of controlling inside, demanding the basketball, and eventually getting it for an easy 2.
He won't get credit for this, but it's camp day, of course. You never know what's going to happen. They're handing out little basketballs here. The ball rolls on the court. Team CEO Al Whitley just ran on the court there, grabbed the ball, and then fired it into the stands. So
in his UNB days,
he still got. He was out here shooting free throws the other day. He's still got the quick foot.
I don't know if he's got any eligibility left.
Here's Tyrese Hunter. Trying to weave through the D, into the corner. Omajafo, time to think about it, and he nails the triple.
Yeah, bring it inside. Again, the paint. That's where you want to orchestrate your offense. They get it inside. Easy three from Omajafo.
Lead back up to 5. Lufile inside. That's a gimme with the much smaller Hunter guarding him.
Take advantage of what they give you. Niagara realize that they're switching. The big on Khalil. Khalil goes inside to the guard guarding Elijah Lufile. This is good basketball.
So a timeout on the floor. That gives us a chance to take a look at what's going on around the league. Well, the Winnipeg Sea Bears guard Trey McGowan's broke the franchise record for most assists in a single season with 88. He's now sitting at 90. Tangadell signed with the Ottawa Blackjacks, the franchise record holder for points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Returns for his 5th season in Ottawa. And no, you're not hearing this. This is correct. The league best record of 14-3, the Scarborough Shooting Stars became the first team in the 2026 season to clinch a playoff spot. So they're cooking up something special in the ends. We had the Shooting Stars here a number of days ago in a burner of a game, back and forth affair. And Niagara just saw the Shooting Stars the other night. Scarborough was up 24 points down the highway here at the Meridian Center. And they coughed up the lead. Niagara came all the way back and won by, I believe it was about 9 points. So target time proving its value here and showing that anybody can truly win.
Yeah, but you look at the league itself. Niagara, last place in the East, beats first place. Calgary, who was dead in the waters, come back on a 3-game win streak. What do? They knock off Vancouver twice and then go into Winnipeg. Last in the West, first in the West. Parity is solid.
There's something about the national TV games for that Calgary team, too. They're 2-0 nationally televised games. Dave DeVero is going to be asking to have all the games on national television.
Yeah, he's righted that ship. He's done a real nice job. Experienced coach came in and took care of business.
Here's Flowers. He's got a game-high 12 points so far, the only Honey Badger in double digits. Leading the way for River Lions, Nathan Kyle with 11. Hamilton. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Muntu got to get it off, and he draws a foul with about half a second on the shot clock.
And Vinales there does a great job. Niagara does a great job for 22 seconds. Then you get your hand caught in the cookie jar.
Vinales with his second personal as Muntu heads to the line. Muntu was great against Ottawa the other night. 16 points on 50% from the field. He hit the target score winner, which was a 3-pointer.
Started the season in Calgary. The Calgary guy, Tennessee Tech, comes home and plays. I was shocked that they released him. And then he's found a home here, and he's just getting better and better. He's gone from the bench to starting. They are thrilled to have him, and they just like what he brings. That's pretty impressive. You've made your mark.
The other impressive part of it, too, is the guys that get shuffled around. You see Cam Tyson and Keon Ambrose Hilton, who will check into the game, but they've accepted those roles as bench players, and they understand the value that they have in certain positions.
Like, you always have to be mindful that you have to have the quotas on the court. You have to have 2 Canadians on the floor. So when you set up your lineup, you're always working around the 2 Canadians you have on the floor and building around that. But this guy has earned his way. For maybe 10th man, now he's on the floor with valuable minutes. You said target score winner the other day. It's impressive.
Kimball McKenzie trying to guide the offense here in his first season as River Lions head coach. Former captain of this Niagara squad, 2-time champ under Victor Razzo. Jordan Chuente. Trying to spin around, finds the backdoor feed. Good ball movement. Lufile was pumped from behind there as Omajafo hacked him.
So what does Niagara do there? They get to the middle, they draw help. Once you draw help, you can pass it off, then more help has to shift. And then all of a sudden, Elijah Lufile's the open man. So nice drop. Again, get it into the middle. Once you get it in the middle, you draw. Defenses have to cover down and react to the ball. Then you have to find those spaces.
We talk about embracing roles. As we mentioned, J.D. Maula out for the season, or out for the foreseeable future at least. Lufile misses the first free throw, but he stepped into a new role. He was actually Kimball McKenzie's first signing as a head coach. Talk about an important piece for the culture and the game.
Yeah, but Elijah Lufile, in these, you talk about his championship runs. He's had a role, 14, 15 minutes a game, 16 minutes a game, come in, just do a great job on the boards. Well, the role's gotten a whole lot bigger, and he's got to adjust to it, and he's got to perform.
Well, he must not want us to talk about him anymore. Misses both free throws. 5-point lead for Brampton. Here's Hunter. Now his turn to go to work on the mismatch on Lufile. Gets the ball back. Lufile out on the perimeter. Good defense here from Elijah. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Omajafo driving. Tough shot with the left. It's loose. Tyson's got it. And it didn't hit rim, so it'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, and again, another offensive rebound by Brampton. Niagara fortunate it doesn't hit rim. Nice job by Elijah Lufile there. Eh? He missed those 2 free throws, but what does he do? He comes back and he plays honest defense.
For a big 6'7" guy, he moves well on the perimeter. One of the many bigs in this league that can dance up top with the guards.
I'm sure he's got some moves at the buffet too, man. I mean, like my guy can move.
Here's Ahmad. Oh, crafty stuff through the middle of the key.
Again, Khalil. Slow motion attack to the rim.
Now it seems no matter who you put on him, when he changes gears, it's impossible to guard him.
But he uses his size and change of pace. He finds that little bit of an opening. Then he uses that Euro step, always under control.
Flowers. Twente guarding him. Finds Omajafo on the baseline, up and under. Ambrose Hilton trying to chase it down. Ambrose Hilton wasn't ready for it. Here's Flowers. Thought about it. Driving inside, blocked, and Twente swats. Ahmad trying to read the defense. Kennedy up under, too strong, and that goes out of bounds. But again, we see a nice dish there from Khalil Ahmad.
Yeah, and Kennedy just got caught, didn't know which hands. But how about Chuente's athleticism? He stayed on the ground and reacted. We're talking about he's guarding a guy who's got a number of games in the NBA, and he's been asked to guard him straight up. Impressive.
Jordan Twente has really bought into the Canadian Elite Basketball League as well. He's been with the River Lions for a number of seasons, waiting for his opportunity, and he finally gets it right there. Hunter wanted a slam, but he will not get it as that one goes out of bounds.
And a cue on Chuente. Chuente comes late, makes it tough. All of a sudden, the 6-foot Hunter goes up and says, whoa, I haven't got all of this. And Chuente comes back and causes a turnover. You know, I tell all the young guys, first impressions are everlasting. You get an opportunity, someone's watching you. Chuente's playing like that somebody's watching him for the first time, and he wants to leave the right impression.
Wants the ball right now, not going to get it. At least on this pass. Kayo driving inside. Chuente's now got it, and he tucks in too. Boy, he's built like a football player, bodying his way inside.
But the job of offensive players are to be visible to the ball. There was a small little window space there, and he got himself open.
Moncrief grabs the offensive board and puts it off the window.
Yeah. Hayab Nur Hussein, all 6'9" of them got pushed into the second row of the baseline there.
Moncrief is one of Brampton's big bodies. $1:30 to go in the half. 3-point lead for Brampton. Kennedy was fouled on the way up. Tyson thought he got all ball.
Yeah, and that's Tyson's third.
So he knows exactly where he's going as Muntu will check into the game. Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket today. It must be 18 plus. So Kennedy at the line. Hamilton will also check in for Brampton. There's something about certain teams that will set a player off. Kennedy loves playing against Brampton. Season high 25 points. He also had 19 points in the other outing. That was his second highest point total of the year. Is there anything to that? I could never understand that. It always seems like that happens, and it always seems like Brampton in the past couple of years has been the team that some of these guys will pop off against.
They've had enough of their own record-setting guys over the years.
Yeah. Here's Moncrief trying to push on Kayo. trying to stick with it. And a foul is called.
Yeah, and he does. He did exactly what you said. Stays with it. He keeps fighting, gets himself another opportunity, and uses the step through to score.
So that's Kayo's second personal foul. And that'll send Moncrief to the line. Moncrief just a 36% shooter from the stripe.
He's had his issues this year, and I watch a shot, and I think he's a much better shooter than those numbers. You know, you look at some guys and you're thinking, you can see why they're a 50% shooter. But this guy's got a nice release to it, so he should be a much better shooter than what the stats are telling us.
Looks good there, nodding his head in approval. So Moncrief's up to 6 points now.
Niagara chooses to take Kayo out of the game with 2 fouls.
Here's Chuente. Over to Nir Hussein, and he knocks down the deep 2.
Nir Hussein has showed us something this year. Just in his 3rd game of playing experience, the TMU product isn't scared to shoot.
Couple seasons with Ontario Tech, won the OUA championship last year, and Flowers says, I don't care about your awards. How about a jumper? And we've got a foul going back the other way. We'll see who this is on.
And that looks like it's on the pass off after the play. So the shot goes up. This means that we're shooting on this end for Niagara. It's not an offensive foul. It's after the shot, away from the shot.
So Moncrief's second personal foul. That'll send Khalil Ahmad to the line at the other end of the floor. We just talked about players playing well against Brampton. Well, how about Khalil Ahmad this year? 37 points against Brampton on the 15th of June. That tied his career high. He had a season high in three-point makes with 6, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. I mean, it doesn't really matter what team he plays. Khalil Ahmad could do that against anyone.
The other day against Scarborough, he was scoreless and didn't take a shot in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, come near the end of the game, boy, he left his mark on that game.
Had a big dunk in target score time, sparked the offense there. That double-digit comeback win. Hunter had his pocket picked. Chuente's lurking. Jordan taken off. Jordan clipped from behind. So Chuente hits the deck. Hunter is going to pick up a foul. That's his second personal.
It was happened right in front of us. The steal happened, and then there's a sprint. And here's Chuente beating the sprint. The first 2 steps, he beats Hunter. So all of a sudden now he wants it more than Hunter does wanting getting back. So it's watch the steal here and where it happens. And then the first step to break. The ball gets, the steal happens, the turnover happens, but then Chuente just runs the floor.
Chuente misses the first free throw. So running like a running back downhill. Chance to make it a 1-point game here with 31 seconds to go in the half.
Watch Brampton here. Could be a 2-for-1 quick, but nope. Offensive rebound.
That was Gak who pulled it down. Now Ahmad, 10 seconds on the shot clock. 13 seconds or so between the game clock and shot clock. And Khalil from deep.
And a great screen outside. You're thinking that's too early in the clock. Save it, save it. Now with Khalil, he's got the feel. He's got the green light on this team.
1-point lead for Niagara. Shot clock off. Final 5 seconds of the half. Here's Hunter. And he lost control out of bounds.
Yeah, Kennedy, that's 2 possessions in a row.
So a timeout on the floor. Kimball McKenzie wants to talk shop with 3.2 to go in the half, and he'll draw up a play to build on this 1-point lead. Boy, Niagara, they've been impressive crawling back here. It seemed like Brampton had a hold on it at certain points, but the River Lions are not giving up.
I said in the keys of the game, you have to control the ball at the 3-point line. Kennedy has caused 2 turnovers, and now he's got a situation. Niagara, every team gets 2 fouls that they have to use in the first half. Niagara held on to theirs, but is using it now. It's a use it or lose it timeout. 3.2 seconds. They can run something out of sideline, out of bounds on the backcourt here, where they can run at least 3 passes. Each second gives you a pass if you're a quick touch. So look for Niagara to attack the basket with a quick shot. Doesn't have to be a 3. You can still get it inside.
One of the valuable things for Kimball McKenzie is that he's played in this league. He's experienced. He was a solid player. Victor Razzo had much of the same pedigree where he was able to relate to these players. A situation like this has to be great for Kimball. He's probably licking his lips thinking, 3.2 seconds, I've been in this situation. I know exactly what I can draw here on the offensive end.
Yeah, and being the young coach, too, he's very good at relationships, which is a bigger part of this. You know, some old Grizzly guy like myself may not have that. But this is where coaches love the opportunities. You know, nothing here is new. Everything here has been rehearsed. You've done these things at practice. I think you end practice with time and score situations. So you might put a little change in it, but 3 seconds should allow you 3 passes technically, or every second counts as a dribble.
So the River Lions, 3.2 on the clock. They'll have to go about 3/4 of the court here. Got to get it in first. Chuente driving to beat the buzzer. Yes! Jordan Chuente caps off a strong half for Niagara with a 3-ball to close it out.
Yeah, talk about leaving your mark on it. 3 seconds, 1 dribble. He comes back for the ball. He's the 5th option, but his option was worth 3 points.
5 points in the first half for Jordan Chuente. The last 3 being big ones. Also having a solid game so far is Nathan Cayo for the River Lions. They have a 4-point lead, and Cayo standing by with Francisca.
Kyle, it's been a game of lead changes the whole first half. What's going to be the key in the second for you guys?
Defense. They have an explosive offense. A lot of guys that can score in bunches, so the goal is just defense.
And it's super loud in here with all these kids. What's helping you guys stay composed in an environment like this?
Communication. Try and huddle as much as possible. Try and keep our eyes on the coaches and the point guard. And just communicate as much as possible.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Guys?
Thank you, Francisca. Nathan Cayo with 11 points. The other River Lion in double-digit scoring. Khalil Ahmad with 14. That's a game high. Niagara with a 4-point lead over Brampton halfway through. We're going to break down the first half in a moment. Stick around. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Jam YouTube and CEBL Plus.
Didn't see who that was. It's going to be Jack getting the bucket. Then Trey King was the guy making the cut. Nice cut from King. Here's a shot from Allens, and Hildebrand with the loop.
They've matched Winnipeg and knocking down 3-point shots. Just a wrap on Cheney. The turnover is forced there. Arms gives it up to Ruggsy. And it's a double-digit surge lead.
Back out, Salway. Salway, Williams the third, around the protractor. Battered and bruised. Munchausen has been weathering the storm. With the swing, right there on Salway with the dribble drive. Horton to Salway there, finding Lou Williams in the bias.
Givens in his lap, pulls up baseline. Dunn-Martin knocks it down. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a tie game.
5 to shoot. Osawe drives into the paint, falling away and gets it to go as the shot clock or the game clock at the second quarter.
6 to shoot. Picked up by Tillman. Running out of time. And gets it just in time.
And 1. How about Tillman here? Doesn't panic. The veteran gets the ball. He knows the clock's running down. Gets the pace, knocks it down.
Right now, it's Khalil Ahmad swings it over. Cayo streaming down the lane. And a putback by Chuente underneath, and they're going to count it. Here's that. Yeah, that was good and on time on the tip. And what I love about it is everybody was thinking the same thing, and guess what?
Edmonton now with the ball. It's Davis Jr. working on Osborne. Met Tillman, not a guy you want to meet. Tough shot and a nice putback for Edmonton. My goodness.
Again, being casual. Ahmad behind the back. Passes, but Jordan Chuente wins it for Niagara. The throwdown. The showdown, 98-89, Niagara snapping.
From Niagara, the River Lions taking it. Don't go anywhere. You want to hear what they have to say right after this. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Back to Hunter, who's been controlling this offense this afternoon. Muntu, this time he'll shoot it long. Thomas is batted around, and Flowers absolutely throws it down. Poster, one more at the line coming for Flowers.
Yeah, and we're about to see that highlight. Thomas was not able to grab that.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
Redtag.ca.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Back inside the CAA Centre, Mapinomi alongside Joe Razzo. Third member of our team is Francisco Opong, and it's a 4-point lead for the Niagara River Lions over the Brampton Honey Badgers halfway through, led by Khalil Ahmad, who's got 14 points, Nathan Kaya with 11, and Jordan Chuente with a big buzzer beater to close out the half.
Yeah, Niagara played a great final minute to end the half, but Jordan Chuente with the play took his patience with it, and he ended up knocking it down, but it was the ball movement early. This is a team that did a nice job. They're a team that's last in field goal percentage, but the ball movement got them good shots, so therefore their field goal percentage went up. They did a nice job of attacking the paint and creating off of that, but then ultimately they get the ball in the hands of the players who can knock down the shots.
So the River Lions outscore the Honey Badgers by 8 points in that second quarter, 9 different scores. You talked about supporting cast before the game, and this supporting cast is certainly performing.
Yeah, and they certainly have. And the young guys coming off the bench, you said Chuente, Nur Hussein, they came out and they produced right off the bat, and that's been important. Like Chuente guarding like an NBA talent out here is pretty impressive. But this Brampton team is loaded. So, you've got to be careful all the time in dealing with Brampton, because if you don't control the ball, they will run you off the court in transition, and then they will take you out. You move the basketball, this Brampton, the big can step outside. That was huge, because once Hamilton went outside, now Niagara's bigs are thinking, do I have to go out there too? And that opens up the middle for a guy like Moncrief on the roll there. Go ahead.
Leading scorer for the Brampton Honey Badgers, Trenton Flowers, with 14 points, the only in double-digit scoring, but you can add 8 players that have scored the rock for Alex Serta so far, so they're also sharing the basketball, shooting 45% from the field.
And that's one of the, when they do that, they're very good. But Cameron Tyson picked up his third, and he's so important because all of a sudden you got the best shooter in the CBL coming off the bench, and now you got to limit his numbers.
Tyson just 1 of 5 from the field, all of those attempts 3-pointers. As we take a look at some halftime stats for the contest right there, that big field goal percentage, 51% for Niagara. And one of the things that we mentioned before the game, Joe, Niagara was worst in the league, shooting 44% from the field. They've knocked that tally up. But one of the things that we also noticed was points off turnovers. The River Lions with 16 points off of 7 Brampton turnovers.
And so the turnovers have been live ball turnovers, and those are so much bigger than regular turnovers. Although Brampton only had 7, they had 5 in the second quarter, all of them live ball turnovers. And the other stat you got to be careful if you're Niagara, you're 8 for 15 from the free throw line, but you've missed your last 6.
So momentum building for the Niagara River Lions as they have a 4-point lead halfway through. 45-41 your score in the CAA Centre. We'll be back with second half action in a moment. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem YouTube and CEBL Plus.
High-octane fun for the whole family. Motorsports events lined up all summer long. Everything from drag racing, drifting, and everything in between. Test your skills on our private track with your own vehicle, or try out our powerful F2000s. We're just 90 minutes from Toronto and the Niagara region. Go to our website for upcoming event info. Toronto Motorsports Parking Unit is a proud sponsor of Niagara River Lions basketball.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa, thanks.
That's my job.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do. The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying?
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From high rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped, but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey, limitless possibilities.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Coach, you guys were able to create a little bit of separation at the end of that half. What did you like about how your guys closed it out?
I thought we competed well. I thought we found good shots offensively. We want to clean up a few things defensively, but yeah, good end of the half for us.
And what was the talk in the locker room? What's the key thing in the second half to just close this game out and get it up?
Continuing to play defense at a high level. I think offensively, the ball's finding the guys it needs to find. Continuing to play at a high level defensively.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Guys?
Thank you, Francisca. 45-41, Brampton trailing Niagara halfway through. We're going to revisit Joe's players to watch, Trenton Flowers and Kyle Vanalis. And Trenton Flowers certainly winning this battle between the two stars here. But Vanalis looking for an opportunity to get the offense clicking here, and if he does, Niagara will certainly take it.
Yeah, no question about it. With the Flowers with the 14 points, you expect that. But I'm telling you, Kyle Vanalis is a scorer. This guy's a veteran. He'll make the right decision, but if you leave him open, give him a little bit of a crack, he's going to put up some numbers in the second half.
Vanalis 14 and 24-point outings in his first 2 games, and Flowers not afraid to score the basketball, double digits in all 5 now of his Canadian Elite Basketball League games. So 2 players to keep your eye on and continue to watch as we get ready for second half action. But before, we're going to take a look at the path to the playoffs as we near the last quarter portion of our season. And it is a hectic battle here, brought to you by Red Tag. The Scarborough Shooting Stars, as we mentioned, already clinching that playoff berth. They've got a stranglehold on first place in the East. Brampton trying to get that second spot to host the playoff game. And Ottawa, Montreal, and Niagara all duking it out.
Yeah, with 7 games left, a lot can happen. You know, Scarborough's done a good job of separating themselves, but there's 7 games left.
And if you look at the western side of things, too, Winnipeg has been dominant at home. Vancouver on their tails, but like you said earlier, Joe, Calgary winners of 3 in a row. That's the longest active win streak in the league, and they're chasing that final playoff spot that the Stingers hold.
And if you look at the schedule, Winnipeg and Vancouver play each other twice, big games. Calgary plays Edmonton twice. Calgary's got 2 more with Saskatoon. They can make some noise.
So, like you said, parity and all kinds of surprises in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. We look forward to finding out what's on the other side as the season comes to a close here in the 8th campaign of the CEBL. Well, the River Lions came out with a couple of solid quarters to start, Joe. We heard Kimball McKenzie say that defense and tightening it up is the key for the second half. What do you think the Niagara River Lions need to do in order to close this out and pick up their 3rd straight win?
Well, I think they're doing a nice job of moving the basketball. So they're doing a nice job of that's something that's hurt them a little bit. But on the defensive side, it's a second chance opportunities. They got to do a better job of gang rebounding with 5. You can't break. You got to board first. And I think, you know, there was a couple possessions there where Brampton got 3 offensive rebounds and eventually it turned into an open look or a shot. So if you're Niagara, you got to clean that up, and I'm sure he's talking about that. And if you're Brampton, you know, you've just got to do a better job of not getting beat on the switches. So you might change how you handle the ball screen scenario. You know, just because you need some help inside. Lufili got inside and scored a couple points against smaller guys. You know, if you can keep a big on Lufili, then you can control him.
Hamilton, Moontu, Flowers, Moncrief, and Hunter for Brampton. So they roll out the same starting 5. It'll be Caio, Vinales, Lufile, Ahmad, and Kennedy for Niagara. So carbon copy of the starters for both teams here to begin the second half. Brampton will start with the ball, trailing by 4. Trying to make it 2 wins in a row. Niagara, like we said, hoping for 3 in a row. That would be a season-long win streak. Here's Flowers. Guarded by Ahmad. 2 of the league's best going head-to-head. Hunter goes between the legs, trying to push inside. Sky-high floater, no good. Caio able to tip it right to Kennedy.
Man, Kennedy's, like, talk about take the last 2 possessions of the first half, and then that one there. His defense has been outstanding.
Right place, right time kind of guy. Led his team in points per game this past season in Portugal with 17. Hunter gets a hand in the lane there. Well, he's been a thorn in Lufile's side on the defensive end when he's been switched on to the mismatch.
The one area Kennedy's got to improve a little bit is on the rebounding because he's such a good athlete, but man, he does a super job on the defensive side.
Caio trying to solve Hamilton, and he beats the buzzer.
The defense wins both possessions. Niagara just gets a little more fortunate with the shot at the end of the clock.
So first points of the second half go Niagara's way. Caio's now up to 13. Here's Flowers. Can't hit. Caio's got a board. You can give him 5 rebounds along with those 13 points.
That's the same shot Flowers made early in the game.
Here's Vinales. And a foul called away from the ball. It was Moontu and Caio tied up there, so Moontu picks up the personal. That's his 2nd.
So it was really important to watch how they handled ball screens. And again, they're going to the switch. Now, there's nothing wrong with switching because you got athletes who can guard the ball, but it puts the big against the guard. The problem is it puts the guard against the big inside. And Niagara doing a nice job of getting the ball to Lufili on some of those switches.
Lufile dancing around inside. Here's Ahmad on 14. Can't hit. Lufile elevating. Big rebound. Goes up and punches it through.
Yeah, he used all his girth on that. Nice jump. He went after that rebound. That's when Elijah Lufile is the most dangerous.
Lufile's got 6 points. Quick 4-0 run to begin the half. Moontu. Hamilton trying to go at Lufile. Good defense there from Elijah. Hamilton hits the deck. Got to get up here. Vinales finds a trailer. It's Ahmad. Hunter's got to come out and guard him at the logo just in case. Vinales driving, got the lane, and perhaps that's a spark that gets him going.
So you space the floor a little bit. When you space the floor, what does it give you? It gives you lanes, cracks in the defense. Vinales used it, head fake, drove to the basket.
6-0 run to start the second half for Niagara. They're up 10. We've got a timeout on the floor. Stick around. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
High-octane fun for the whole family. Motorsports events line up all summer long. Everything from drag racing, drifting, and everything in between. Test your skills on our private track with your own vehicle, or try out our powerful F2000s. We're just 90 minutes from Toronto and the Niagara region. Go to our website for upcoming event info. Toronto Motorsports Park Cayuga is a proud sponsor of Niagara River Lions basketball.
The Niagara River Lions have scored the game's last 13 points here as they find themselves up double digits in the third quarter. Back inside the CAA Centre, Mappanomi alongside Joe Razzo and Francisca Opong here on Camp Day in Brampton. 19 different day camps here in partnership with the Honey Badgers and the city of Brampton to give kids the opportunity to check out some CEBL hoops.
Niagara had a 6-0 run in the second quarter, and Brampton called a timeout and came back with their own 6-0 run.
Perhaps a little foreshadowing here. Brampton would certainly love it here. Good defense there. Kennedy able to keep it in bounds. And Niagara tossing it away. But again, another stacked up defensive possession.
Well, Kennedy did a super job. The ball was low. The defense was good. All of a sudden, the offensive player had his head down. Kennedy comes where you don't see him. All double teams are only good if you're coming when the guy doesn't see you coming. And he does a nice job, but not knocking it out of bounds, but keeping it alive.
Matthew Moncrief sitting on 6 points. That one inside. Hunter almost lost the ball. Here's Moon 2. Baseline jumper well short. Ambrose Hilton fighting for it. And that one goes out of bounds. And again, we see Brampton settling for these mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, and but then they got an offensive rebound, just couldn't hold on to it.
Omajafo in, Moon 2 out.
Now, Josh Omajafo will bring you on this substitution as he's a great defensive player, but he's got a chance to score offensively. He can get real streaky offensively too.
Vinales sitting on 5 points. In just about 15 minutes of work, here's Ahmad on 14 points. Kennedy up top, Vinales, little hot potato. Kennedy sends his man flying and he travels.
Yeah, nice job by Omajafo. Like, you get caught in a scramble, Omajafo caused the dribble. The dribble was the turnover. But if you don't close out like he did, then it becomes a lot easier pace and you don't get the turnover. Good substitution, paying off right off the bat.
Hunter. Here's Flowers trying to tuck it inside, and will it drop? Yes, it will. Trenton Flowers gets the bucket. And Kimball McKenzie immediately calling the trainer to the floor as Elijah Lufile got hit in the head.
What those plays happen there is you get somebody coming into the middle. It's after the play. So it looks like it may have been in just an inadvertent elbow that caught Lufile.
So Lufile.
So here's the drive. Watch Lufile playing in help. It's after the fact they're on this. He gets caught away on that drive where he gets hit. And you can see Flowers checking his elbow. So the second chance started coming. Lufile's already on the ground.
So Gorjak Gok will check into the game here. And, I mean, probably the right time to sign him. Things have a weird way of working out. He joined the team couple of games ago, and this would be a big loss, as we said, with J.D. Maula already out with, I believe it was a broken bone in his face.
Now, no VAR is used this year in the CBL in regular season, so you can't go back to see if it's an act of violence. But what we saw here live, it certainly didn't look like. It looked like it was a follow-through. It looked like Flowers had his concentration on the ball and had no idea, but Lufile caught it, and it looked like he caught it above the shoulders.
And the one thing about Elijah Lufile, too, is he is a warrior. I mean, he gets bumped around a lot. He's a big body down low, and he doesn't flinch, but for him to stay down, he must have clearly got clipped.
So you saw it at the end of it. He's shooting, and Flowers' elbow's going.
Yeah, the left elbow.
If we had video review, then you could go and review that, right? And now that angle showed it a little differently, and now you can say, oh, was there intent? But the key part, it was an elbow to the nose or face, and trainer jumped on. So your first thing you're concerned is concussions right off the bat, and they're taking him to the back room right now.
Good sportsmanship there from Trenton Flowers, who goes up to Lufile and says, "My bad, bro," as he walked by us there, as Lufile will head back to the locker room. Hope to see him again in this contest. So
Flowers lucky he didn't break his elbow.
Yeah. So a good sign. Lufile up, moving, and able to walk off the floor on his own power.
A tough competitor. You know, he's back in there. He'll do everything he has to do, but if he can get on the floor, I'm sure he'll try to find a way.
Well, you don't become that tough without playing with your brothers for years and years.
Could you imagine back then?
No.
The four Lufile brothers, poor Mrs. Lufile. Like, holy smokes. Talk about learning how to box out, right? I'm getting that last piece. No, I'm getting it. Or, you know, gee whiz. But the Lufile family has been basketball royalty in Canada, from Burlington, Milton, and done an absolutely great job, and they all play hard, and that's the part I like about it.
And they've left their mark in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Here's Ahmad, and he was pushed there by Ambrose Hilton, who will pick up just his first personal foul. Keon's played about 11 minutes, got 2 points, 6 boards.
But right off there, it was a mismatch. You know, so all of a sudden, what does Khalil Ahmad do? He doesn't settle with the jump shot. He attacks Ambrose Hilton, and that will add up.
That's the basketball IQ of Khalil Ahmad. I mean, there are guys that can hit shots, but there are guys that can hit shots and think while doing it. Here's Kaio inside. Kennedy, 3-ball. Niagara needs it, and they get it. Keontae Kennedy connects from deep, lead back up to double digits.
The ball moved, and then the ball found the open shooter.
Kennedy's up to 7 points. Hunter challenging inside, and a jump ball is called. Kimball McKenzie fired up on the sidelines. Another defensive stop for Niagara.
So when the ball moves, it's easier to get by people. It's like when being a kid playing tag. If you have somebody run at you, you can get by. Kaio gets by his man. They have to rotate. He finds the open shooter, which is Kennedy. The ball movement creates closeouts. Closeouts create scrambles, and scrambles create open shots.
8 of 19 are the River Lions from deep. That's good for 42%. Here's Tutu. Back from Division A in Romania, where he spent his offseason. Kennedy trying to work around Tyson inside. Good pass, and right there, Gok slamming it through.
Kennedy doesn't settle for the three. He uses the dribble to create a situation where defenders come at him, and then he finds the big man.
Largest lead of the game, 13 points. Brampton really needs to get it going here on offense. Flowers, 5-footer, hesitates and goes up with the right.
Yeah, he had no problem going over the footer, and Gak, did he? Flowers is long. He's 6'9".
He's got 18 points now. He's been the offensive catalyst. Kennedy trying his hand again. Oh, you bet. Keontae Kennedy doing it all.
If you can give a hockey assist, you know, the double assist, it starts with ball movement. Khalil Ahmad swings the ball. They find the shooter.
Kennedy up to 10 points, and there's another shooter, Cam Tyson.
You can never go under a screen with Cam Tyson. Like I said, his range is max.
So Tyson Now with 2 3 balls, up to 6 points, cutting inside. Kayo showing off the handles.
Kayo showing the fact that he can score inside and out. He's the best matchup on the floor right now.
Here's Tyson. Got the corner, got the shot. And not going to get the bounce, but what he will get is 3 attempts at the line. As Khalil Ahmad picks up the personal, that's his second.
So Khalil Ahmad knows he can't go under, so he chases and he piggybacks and he tries a rear-handed contest and he tries to bail out of it, but I guess his leg must have touched the shooter enough, and the official calls it for 3 shots.
So the former Defensive Player of the Year and Ahmad heads to the bench as Tyson to the line.
So you can just see how dangerous Tyson is. You play defense on him 2 different ways, and he scores both.
Honey Badgers fans, Canada's Pro Basketball League is back, and you can experience it live from the CAA Centre. Scan the QR code or visit honeybadgers.ca/tickets today. Well, Cam Tyson had a career outing against the River Lions earlier this season, 29 points. He had 9 threes, which set a new Brampton Honey Badger single-game record. Knocks down the first 2 free throws here. He's 92% from the stripe, which is good for second in the league.
And if you watch him shoot, he's just got incredible form.
All 3 good. He was out here working early with John Ross on his 3-point shot.
It's funny, all great 3-point shooters work hard and get their numbers up before games and practice.
Takes about 200 shots before the game. Driving inside, Kennedy, 2-2, right place, right time.
Yeah, rotation. Somebody left their eyes off the smallest man on the floor.
So the 6-foot Munis 2-2, picking up a bucket. Here's Brandon Moontu. Flowers, 3 ball, stepping back, won't get the call, and Niagara boxing out, lets it go out of bounds.
Yeah, Flowers continues his shot, and he goes on the ground. The danger of that is if Niagara gets the rebound, you're 5-on-4.
Official telling Flowers to get up quicker there. Avoid a flop warning. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lead 12. Vinales, 5 points. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 2-2 baseline, chased by Flowers. He kicks it into the middle of the key. Ball is loose. And a shot clock violation as it goes out of bounds as the clock expires.
Great defense by Brampton. Great job. That's where you get your runs. You need a defensive run here. You're an A in the game.
And a 6'10" from Overland Park, Texas, or Kansas, I should say, rather. Played some hoops at Oklahoma State, SMU, and finished at DePaul. And he's going to be a big rotational piece here. Dishes off to Moontu, and Chuente able to get a hand on the alley-oop attempt for Flowers.
Man, Jordan Chuente can get up in the air. His standing jump is sensational.
And we watched him the other week against Ottawa in Niagara, and not only does he disrupt on defense, but he's a bit of a pest too. He talks to other players on other teams. He kind of gets in your head, and right there, played good defense, and all he can do is laugh about it as Flowers will head to the free throw line. Kimball McKenzie wants an explanation, won't get it, but that was pretty good defense there from Chuente.
Yeah, he didn't reach in with the arm, so I'm trying to think if he got him with the body. That's 2 big fouls against Niagara on the 3 on Tyson, and this one here.
Flowers at the stripe. First is up and first is good.
And Brampton using the free throw line to get you back. You got to take advantage. When you're down, you got to make the shots from the free throw line.
12 of 12 are the Honey Badgers. And of course, as I say it, 12 of 13 now.
And I'll take 12 of 13.
Thanks, Joe.
You ever seen me shoot free throws, that's what.
That doesn't make me feel as bad. Here's 2-2. Here's Hussein. Now it's going baseline. Chuente right there in the middle of the key. 3 ball is up and cash from 2-2.
Man, Chuente just got the magic. He touches the ball, finds the open shooter. 2-2 from NBA range on that one.
And Moontu dribbles it into the backcourt, and Tutu will take it. So a tough turnover there for Brampton. As subs will come in, it'll be Moncrief and Hunter replacing Flowers and Ane.
That's a tough job to put, Montu in, because he's not a natural point guard, but he's got to be their backup point guard right now without Sean East. So what does Niagara do? They take advantage of it, and they use great ball pressure to get a turnover.
One of the downfalls, some of the cracks show as Brampton's floor general away at NBA summer camp. Well, that one was tipped out of bounds. It'll be Brampton ball.
Yeah, if you're Niagara, you'd like to see Gak not go up with finesse there, but to go up with power.
All right, let's check back in with Francisca, who's standing by.
Thanks, Matt. After that defensive play from Niagara reminded me when I spoke to Khalil, he told me that their biggest focus heading into today's game isn't offense, it's defense. The River Lions believe if they stick to their defensive game plan, everything will fall into place. He says scoring has never really been an issue for his guys, but locking in defensively gives them the best chance to come away with another win as they continue to push towards the postseason.
Good stuff. Thank you, Francisca.
Niagara dodged the bullet there. They had Gak on Tyson, and the ball just couldn't find Tyson.
Tyson sitting on 73s on the season. He's one away from a new Canadian Elite Basketball League single season record. See if he gets the ball in his hands here. Hunter. Hunter hesitates, kicks it into a higher gear, and he's fouled. Moncrief loving the effort there from his guard.
Yeah, another touch foul inside. Hunter going up, getting the big Kaio up off his feet. That's his third foul.
So Hunter at the line, 84% from the stripe. First, no good. Well, secure your seats today for numerous theme games throughout the season as the River Lions look for the three-peat. Tickets available at riverlions.ca/tickets.
So you're going to look at foul substitutions here. You got Chuente probably coming in for Kaio. You got Montu probably coming in. Oh, I thought he was going to come in for Tyson, trying to keep on the defensive offensive foul, but he comes in for Omajofo.
Well, let's see if that works. Vinales, the majority of the ball handling here for Niagara. Still sitting on 5 points. Trying to go to work on Tyson. Into the corner, Kennedy, does he have another? Not this time, and Moontu trying to box out to let the ball go out of bounds. It was almost kept in by Kennedy.
Yeah, talk about effort by Kennedy.
And Moontu thought he had no one around him, and Kennedy came flying out of the rafters. Hunter got space for the three, trying to go to work on Kennedy. Flowers in the corner, goes baseline, and he was pushed from behind on the way, so Trenton will go to the line here. We'll see who the foul is on.
Yeah, the free throw line, and Brampton doing a good job of getting it. They've been in the penalty for a while now, and they just keep finding a way to get themselves there.
Just the first foul for Keontae Kennedy. As Cole Long checks into the game, seeing his first action of the night. You see the hard take there from Flowers. So Trenton at the line, where he is 3 of 4 on the ball game.
So Cole Long entering the game first time today. Cole Long, a veteran shooter. He's got some length, he can knock down the three. He can play the 3-spot or the 4-spot. But, on the other end of the floor, he's got to be able to match up with some bigger guys.
He's going to try to solve Matthew Moncrief down low right now. On the roll, Long's got the ball in his hands. He can shoot it. Doesn't hit this time. Kennedy offensive board. 2 River Lions on the baseline there. Vinales lost control. Moncrief has it.
Yeah, bad possession there by Niagara.
Here's Hunter, hop step, tied up with Kennedy. And Keontae is going to pick up his second personal foul in about a minute time.
Again, the free throw line. It's the foul situation after foul.
Trenton Flowers went back down the floor the other way to make sure that the court gets cleaned. He's calling to make sure that everything is fine on the defensive end for Brampton. As Hunter waits to shoot free throws.
So the way you finish the quarter, remember, let's go back to the second quarter. Niagara in the last minute scores 6 straight points, right? So if you're Brampton right now, knock them down here, go back, play some defense, come down and score defense and score. So you got a chance to put some points up and bring this lead down. You got to be focused, and you got to start off by knocking down these shots.
Hunter hits the first.
So the first mental phase you want to get, the first hurdle, get it under 10.
Crowd quiet here, 2,400 kids. Now make some noise as Hunter does just that. 9-point lead now for Niagara, 66-57. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. 21-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Here's Ahmad. Been relatively quiet this quarter, still sitting on 14 points. Driving inside, turned it over. Moncrief has it. 1 second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Tyson fires. Stuff the three. Ball is loose. It's tipped in the air. Muntu got it. He powers inside, up with the left. Nur Hussein gets it, tosses it away to Hunter. Tyson over to Flowers. Flowers, no good. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Flowers up with the right, can't get it, and it's tipped in by Moncrief. Oh, try to understand that possession.
One team kept going for it. And again, they finished, and this time now Brampton does a great job of finishing that quarter. How many opportunities they have, and Niagara just couldn't seem to get the rebound.
Lead just 7 points after 3 quarters. Niagara on top of Brampton at the CAA Centre. We've got fourth quarter and target score time coming your way. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
You don't just fuel your body. You fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster juice. Fuel for what's next.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
Welcome back to the CAA Centre, everyone. I'm here joined by Luca and Isaac from the Brampton Soccer Center. First of all, how did you guys feel when you guys found out you guys were coming to watch a CEBL game?
We were so excited to come. Like, we really love basketball and we're really excited to watch them play.
I felt very excited and joyful because of the experience and like seeing it in person, because it's a lot different than watching it on TV.
I was gonna ask, how does it feel to actually see these guys in person? I seen you guys trying to slap their hands earlier. How does it feel?
I felt very, very good, very emotional because I haven't been to a basketball game in a while. It's been a long time.
That makes me feel really happy because even though they're not like in the NBA, they're still like really good at basketball, and it's just a really good experience.
Okay, last one. It's target score. You guys have to hit a 3. You guys hit it. What's your celebration?
Oh, for sure like this.
Mello.
Okay, Mello. All right, thanks, guys. Matt, Joe?
Not spinning. Carmelo Anthony, former New York Knick. Thank you, Francisca. Good stuff. Awesome opportunity for these kids to get a chance to watch Canada's Pro Hoops League. Here's Kyle. Pushing baseline. Kennedy, he's had the hot hand. Flowers has the board.
Nice run here by Brampton.
And Hunter steps on the sideline. Flowers upset in the backcourt. That pass was just out of the reach.
So we said it with less than 1 minute to go in this third quarter that Brampton's got to take advantage. They did. And they came out with first play and they score right off the bat. So now they've kind of built up that momentum. Boy, not having Lufili on the floor hurt that last possession for Niagara.
And he's still not on the bench. You'd assume at this point that his status would be in doubt for the last quarter here. Here's Kyle. Dishes it off. Chuente lost control, and the ball was punched. Chuente hanging off the rim here.
Yeah, Moncrief fortunate that he's out of bounds. Otherwise, that would have been an assist that wouldn't count because it would have gone right to Chuente.
Chuente can slam it in close quarters, too. He had the target score time winner the other day against Scarborough. He did a Spider-Man dunk. He dunked the ball, and he had his ankles above the rim. He's got hops. He's got a chance right here. Chuente, right place, right time, flushes it.
Way to build that up, Matt. Well done.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Inside information.
We just need a D here to ask him if his favorite movie was Spider-Man. That's the first thing you ask him. Here's Hunter inside. Mojafo baseline. That was cut short. Good defense from Kayo. River Lions have numbers. Kennedy challenging, hesitates, and drops.
Defense to offense. One of the few times that Niagara's had a chance to run this second half.
Chuente hustling back on defense. Omajafo kicks it around. Kennedy right there in the middle. Chuente hits the deck. Tyson for three. It's short. Ahmad's got it, and something that Kimball McKenzie does not want to see. Jordan Chuente laying in the same spot that Elijah Lufile was about a quarter ago when he got hurt.
And Jordan Chuente knows these are his minutes. And he will do whatever he can. He just even, like, there was a quick little reaction to the trainer. I'm okay. And he may not be okay, but he's not coming out of this game.
I watched that for a number of years at Brock University. He is a dog. And he gets something. He's not giving it up. Kimball McKenzie sarcastically waved both hands towards the trainers, telling him to get on the floor again, and then called them back as Chuente, like you said, Joe, perfectly. He's not going to give up minutes here. Yeah. And minutes that he deserves.
And when the trainer steps on the floor, it's an automatic substitution. And the bench is a little thin right now, especially at a rebounding position.
Now, Kimball McKenzie, you can see the former player in him. He is animated. He's into it. He's jiving with all of his guys.
How about a tale of, two quarters? First quarter, Brampton doesn't take a free throw. Third quarter, they shoot 11. Niagara doesn't take one in the third quarter.
And he's still waiting for the shot from the stripe in the second half. Khalil Ahmad, hand in his face. Tyson fighting for it. Chuente tips it. That definitely went off Jordan Chuente.
And that's a situation where you just by effort, you can put pressure on the ball. Chuente doesn't get it, but man, there's nothing wrong with just leaving it all on the floor.
So the officials get the call correct, overturn it. Tyrese Hunter, 9 points, 6 assists. He's got 6 straight games with at least 6 helpers now. Flowers, gonna need to get him going here if they want to spark the comeback. Not this time, offensive board picked up. Cam Tyson steps to his left, can't get the three. Flowers has it, bumped, goes up. Can't get the layup, but will take the trip to the line.
When you are small, and Niagara is small on the floor right now, everybody has to rebound. And sometimes when you box out, the best place to box out is to the baseline side. They don't get a body on somebody else. That's a third offensive rebound in that play. It comes back with a point, and he gets to the free throw line. These fouls are adding up. Kyle now is sitting here with 4.
Gok in the game, Ambrose Hilton also in the game for Niagara and Brampton respectively. As Flowers at the line. 23 points, 5 rebounds for Trenton. Give him 24 now. Brampton 18 of 20 from the line. So they made their money at the stripe. Knocks down the second as well. So his early time in the CEBL, he continues to impress. That is Flowers.
Taking advantage of their length and their size. That's why they're at the free throw line.
Ahmad challenging Flowers. Foul is called, and that'll be the second on Trenton. As once again, Khalil Ahmad knows exactly how to stop momentum.
You know, Flowers got caught up in space, and Khalil Ahmad knows how to go against guys with length and size. But this is the first trip for Niagara to the free throw line.
Ahmad hits the first. Khalil Ahmad, one of the most impressive resumes in the Canadian Elite Basketball League's 8-year history. 2-time champion, 2-time finals MVP, defensive player of the year, clutch player of the year, and he tucks it for 2. Oh, he can do it all, folks. Khalil Ahmad is the man of the hour.
Gak got his hand on the ball, kept it alive, and then set a nice screen.
So a timeout on the floor, and if there was one clip that could show you the possible play of Khalil Ahmad, it's this right here.
So Gak gets his hand on it, but then he does a nice job of using his body to seal Ambrose Hilton, and it just opens up the lane. I looked like I thought I was watching Moses, spreading the Red Sea there. Here's Khalil coming down the middle.
So a timeout on the floor here, lead back up to double digits. You see Khalil Ahmad there taking some instruction from assistant coach Will Gachali, and Ahmad made history a couple of games back. He became the 3rd player in CEBL history to hit the 400 assist mark in regular season and playoff games combined. Had 7 assists against Scarborough to push him over that total. And he entered with 404 assists in his 5-year CEBL career. That's 86 games, folks. So he has a knack for dishing the rock on top of everything else that he can do. And that has earned him the respect of not only his former teammate, but now head coach Kimball McKenzie, who gives him the green light, as Joe put it, on just about any shot that he can take on the court at any time. One of the most entertaining players in target score time as well, the 2-time reigning clutch player of the year. Always can knock it down at any time.
So, big timeout for Brampton. We got 7:14, so this is the timeout. You don't want to use another one until target score time. But this is where you challenge your team. Okay, we're playing with a 10-point. We're down 10. Now let's build on. We got to get ourselves into a situation. So you're using this time to target score time to really focus in on what you want to do and win it.
Here's Hunter. Flowers sets the screen. Ambrose Hilton was open on the roll momentarily, but Hunter wants to call his own number. Tough decision against Chuente, who's been solid on defense. Hunter now stuck on the perimeter. A lot of ball handling here for Hunter. Can't hit the jumper, and a foul away from the ball going back the other way as Ambrose Hilton pushed Gak. Well, a little too much dribbling there maybe from Hunter, Joe.
Yeah, it got caught. The ball got stuck there. And Ambrose Hilton, going back to the last play, a little upset that he got pushed, and then when the offensive rebound came out, a little bit of him losing control at this end, because that was a long rebound that Brampton may have been able to get.
So some frustration here for Brampton as head coach Serta trying to get an explanation from the sideline official.
And in the fourth quarter, with target score time coming, you don't want to let the fouls add up. You don't want to put your team in a penalty or close to it.
2-2 inside. Gak, easy 2.
It looked easy, but it wasn't. That thing hit 3 parts of the rim.
High percentage shot there for the 6'11 fella. We'll just hold our breath for a moment. Flowers guarded by Mir Hussein. Flowers driving, and last second dish. Moon 2. Hamilton wanted it inside. Hunter, it's deep, it's a logo, and it's no good.
Yeah, good defense again by Niagara there. The ball wasn't moving. for Brampton.
Chuente up top, not much of a threat to shoot the 3 ball. This guy, though, is Khalil Ahmad. Mismatch here on Hamilton, trying to shake him, steps back, cooking it up. Oh, Khalil Ahmad, just gross.
Yeah, you know what? But again, you switched on that ball screen, and all of a sudden you put Hamilton in a tough situation. Hamilton's worried about the drive. He's worried about space. He's got the length. Khalil Ahmad just got range.
Khalil Ahmad, 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Niagara now with a 15-point lead as we're inside 2 minutes away from target score time. And it looks like just another day in the park for Khalil Ahmad, who has put on a show so far. Boy, that's a long reach of Hamilton, too, coming at him.
It's a long arm of the law there. Yeah, absolutely. But Hamilton at the same time is concerned about, I don't want to get a drive-by. So he gets caught in jail there, and this guy can put you in jail. When you've got that type of range, you can make someone's life difficult.
Now, how hard is this for head coach Alex Serta to kind of drop a game plan here, down 15 points with, like we said, a couple minutes until target score time? It feels like it's out of reach at times here for Brampton this afternoon, but there's always a chance.
Yeah, target score gives you everything. Target score gives the advantage to the team that's losing. So he had to use another timeout, but now he's got to do the same thing in this timeout that we suggested the last timeout. He's got to say, okay, we have to win this. From here to target score, we need to win it. At the same time, we got to do it without fouling.
So Brampton losing the quarter right now, 12-4 so far. Well, it's a home and home 2-game series between these longtime rivals this week, and a pair of pivotal meetings when it comes to playoff positioning. In the Lotto Max Eastern Conference, the rematch is Thursday from Niagara at 7 p.m. Eastern.
So with the quota, and there's the 2 Canadians on the rule here. So Brampton has to take Hunter out. This puts Montu at the point spot. And what does Niagara do? They come in with Tutu putting ball pressure on him.
Trying to counter, and right there, Tutu. Strip and score. You called it perfectly, Joe.
Been doing this a long time. That's where you salivate.
Right here, more pressure. Brampton struggling to get the ball across the floor, and Moncrief doesn't struggle with that slam.
Yeah. Bad gamble, risk reward. Brampton makes them pay.
So a quick response. Going to need a few more of those defensive to offensive runs. Chuente inside, ball moving. Ahmad hit from there a second ago, not this time, as it's pulled down by Muntu. Muntu looking up the floor. Goes behind the back, looking to Tyson in the corner. Brampton swinging at Muntu. It's a laser, and it's good.
Yeah, Muntu likes being a receiver there. He had that great target score time in the last game. Does a nice job of putting a dent into this lead.
So another timeout on the floor. Now just a 12-point lead for Niagara. And Joe, you've talked about this a couple of times throughout the broadcast. Both of these teams coming out firing out of the timeout. What is it about that stop and play and what a coach can do to kind of change it without actually being on the floor themselves?
So on the offensive side of it, like, you've got the ball, so you've got control. The man with the gold makes the rules. And so here what you have, you think, okay, with this personnel, here's what we want to do. Like, do we want to score, try to score 3, or do we want to try to score inside? And so you use it now and you come up with a bunch of different plays. You discuss it with your assistants, and then you say, okay, here's our plan. We're doing this. But then you're also talking about what do we do on defense if we don't score? How do we want to get ourselves into target score time? So you mind them. Here's the foul count, 2-1. We could use a foul. So a bunch of things are going on in there. On the defensive side, you're talking about first stop. And then you're talking about what do we do after the stop. And we're looking to run out, and we're trying to get as many points as they can before target score time starts.
So you cover all your bases. Head coach Serta trying to will his squad to a second straight win. And a big one, that is, over an Eastern Conference opponent that's catching some heat late in the season. Flowers and Tyson talking shop out here, trying to come up with an offensive game plan as Kimball McKenzie done a solid job of righting the ship the last couple of games.
So if you're Niagara, you have the chance of saying, okay, I've got Kyle with 4 fouls. I can sit and wait till target score time. If it was the other way around, you might have to have him on the floor.
And this is all without Elijah Lufile as well. So you could say that they're down to their third string in the depth chart inside. And they're still holding their own, the River Lions. Here's Chuente. He's got 7 points. Goes inside to Gak. Gak is a big reason why they've been able to stand tall, but not this time on the layup.
Yeah, good play, just not a great finish there by Gak.
Over to Tyson. Launches the three. Can't hit. He has missed his last 4 attempts from deep.
Well, Chuente got lucky there. When you're guarding Tyson, your eyes can never leave him.
Ahmad. 20 points, 5 boards, 3 helpers in 31 minutes of play. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Khalil Ahmad off balance, making it look easy.
So now we're in target score time. Niagara's got to have a plan here how they want to stop the ball. If you're Niagara, you want to be able to use a foul here.
Moncrief driving, fouls called, and worst case scenario for Niagara as Moncrief gets a chance at 3.
And that's Gak being the new guy into target score time, paying the price. His job and responsibility, he had fouls to give. He was supposed to be the guy fouling. Coach McKenzie's upset thinking we've allowed now a 3-point play because you didn't do your job. So you practice these, for Gak, this is new to him. He's never been in target score time. So all of a sudden someone's telling you to foul and you're not used to it and you can just see him.
So a timeout on the floor, target score time. Coming up, first one to 91, takes the dub. It's a 12-point lead for Niagara. They'll try to close it out on the other side. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gems YouTube and CEBL Plus.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornsby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian boost. Two hands, me. Oh, what a block from behind.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama,
that anything can happen.
Big players step up in big time.
He is cooking.
A solid quarter of basketball from the Niagara River Lions. Puts them up 12 points as we head into target score time here at the CAA Centre. First to 91 takes game. Mapinoni alongside Joe Rasso and Francisco Opong. Thanks for joining us here. And it's been a back and forth game, but the Niagara River Lions depleted. They lost Elijah Lufile down low. They've run with a number of guards, a combo of players inside, and they've certainly put themselves in a good position here to earn a victory, Joe.
Yeah, next man up mentality, right? You got all of a sudden George Fuente steps up. Nuru Saint comes in a tough situation. So the bench, they've gone 9 deep, and Cole Long got in there a little bit too. So you got to step up. And the one thing that they really missed with Elijah Lufile is the rebounding. Gak did a nice job, right? So Gak gave him a little bit of this. So here's Brampton coming out. It looks like they might change defense on this.
Trying to throw a wild card on the defensive end. Here's Ahmad. Had the shot for a moment. Instead, settles for the floater, and he puts it off the window.
Coming out of a timeout when you've got the ball, because you don't know what the other team's doing, you like to run plays that work against both man or zone. Niagara does a nice job there of being prepared.
Ahmad has averaged 26 a game the last 2 outings. Here's Tyson. 3 ball is good. Cam Tyson, now the new CEBL single-season record holder from deep with 71 makes.
Yeah, there's one way to guard Cam Tyson, and that is guard him before he gets the ball and deny him the ball if you're Niagara.
A big shot there for Brampton. Perhaps a spark. Kennedy. Kyle. 2 on the shot clock, turned over. Hunter Ahmad between him and the rim. Hunter, oh, beautiful stuff. And a chance at 3.
Yeah, terrible turnover by Kyle. Live ball turnover or dead ball turnover is very different.
So there was no foul on the play. Might have gotten a piece of that ball as it went up.
4 seconds on the shot clock. You got to take that to the rim. You got to try to draw contact. And Kyle there faked where he was passing it to, set off the defense. Got to be better for the veteran.
So the official was indicating that it was tipped as it was going off the glass. So the bucket counts. No foul. But Brampton will take it. 9-point lead now for Niagara. Ahmad trying to back inside. Nice dish. Kennedy cuts. Can't hit.
And Kennedy's suggesting that he got fouled on that. It looks like the ball got out of his hand somehow. Maybe it slipped.
Flowers pushing. Loses control, and it'll stay down at this end. And a technical foul is given to Keontae Kennedy.
Wow, that's in target score time. He's upset based on the last drive there, and the emotions got the better end of him on this.
So Kennedy now with 4 fouls. Kennedy heads to the bench, and a crucial foul for a number of reasons. So that is 4, and now Brampton gets a chance at some points, and the rock back. Flowers hits the technical free throw.
Target score is about momentum, and the one thing you don't want to do is give the other team momentum. Brampton's thankful. Thank you very much. We'll take the points. We'll go to the free throw line. We'll get ourselves back in the game.
So Kennedy heads to the bench. Tyson, safety pass up top. Here's Flowers. Trying to go to work on Tutu. Flowers, elbow jumper, no good. He struggled from that spot. Vinales got the ball up top. Still on 5 points. Cayo inside to Truente. Tutu, corner, big. Nope, not this time.
Good defense there. Tutu got himself open. Brampton covers up.
Hunter steps back over top of Ahmad. Might have been tipped on the way up, and it's tipped back. Tyson, deep 3. No good. Flowers, right idea, chasing it. Tyson 3, second time's the charm. Cam Tyson sticks with it. Brampton picks up a triple, and we've got a timeout on the floor.
And, you know, we talked about got a rebound with 5. Jordan Truente made a mistake there that he's got to regret. He goes with a flyby. All of a sudden now the long rebound comes out. And who does it come out to? The best shooter in the league. And what does he do? He knocks it down. So if you're Niagara, you got to regroup and you got to say, okay, we can't be hurting ourselves, so we got to do a better job of keeping ourselves intact mentally. If you are Brampton right now, you're saying, come on, guys, let's just keep on going. Momentum's on our side.
Tyson with 15 points now. He has 4 3-pointers along with 5 rebounds, and that's the Cam Tyson that we're used to right there you see on your screen.
Yeah, and Cam Tyson's not a guy who creates his own 3. He's a receiver. And on inside-out passes, on swings, this is where you want to get him. In transition, running set plays for him. His shot is absolutely sensational. If you can make him shoot with the dribble, that's even tougher because that adds another piece. But tonight, he's just getting himself open looks, and a lot of it is because of the rebounding.
So Tyson, who came off the bench for head coach Alex Serta, has been one of the big offensive pieces. Tutu diving right into the corner here as Niagara will get the ball out of the timeout. Again, first to 91 wins.
Matt, if this was a regular game, Niagara would have won it. Because it's target score time, the team that's behind always has a chance. I love it.
Especially a team like Brampton, who have a knack for the dramatic. Kyle's wide open. He was left unattended. Moncrief got caught up down low. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Tutu. Mismatched Moncrief guarding. Tutu trying to shake him. That's sky high, and it's good.
Yeah, good situation. And there, Niagara played through a potential foul there. They didn't argue, they went through, so they kept their heads on that series.
5 points needed for Niagara. 12 for Brampton. Hunter. Flowers guarded by Chuente. Good defense there by Chuente. Ahmad comes for the double team. Moon2 can't hit the three. Flowers chases it down. Goes out of bounds, and it was off of Tutu.
Man, Niagara's got to learn. They're getting lucky. You know, that could have been another offensive rebound for Brampton.
Flowers showing some frustration there. He was yelling that there was a tip there.
Yeah. Flowers did a nice job. He went baseline, and the job of everybody else is to get visible to him. And he found the drift in the corner.
Vinales. Nice move there. Cuts inside with the right, and finally gets the 2 points he was looking for.
Yeah, this, veteran scorer, you give him an opportunity, he's going to take it.
Former Tunisian League champ and MVP. It's tipped out of bounds. Chuente right in Flowers' pocket.
This is where the fouls become very important. The fact that there are 2 fouls and 3 fouls, you're not going to get, you're not going to put yourself in a situation where the game should end on the free throw line with a penalty.
Well, Majafo coming back in the game for Brampton as Moon2 will head to the bench. Tyson coming to the opposite side of the floor. All that's needed for Niagara is a 3-ball. Moncrief, stride, down low for 2.
Yeah, that's again Tyson. 3 guys go to Tyson, and they give up an easy layup.
Niagara can close it out here. Vinales, 7 points. Does he have a winner in the system? Keep an eye on Khalil Ahmad. Vinales. Moncrief stepping back for the win. Vinales, are you kidding me? Oh, these dogs still have a lot of bite. Niagara makes it 3 in a row. Take a bow, Kyle.
Professional scorers score. They may not score early, they may not score in the middle, but a guy like Kyle Vinales scores the last 5 points. He scored at the end.
Kyle Vinales calls his own number. The biggest shot of the afternoon. Gives him points 8, 9, and 10, and a target score time winner. What a shot there from the vet. So Vinales knew exactly what to do on that play. And he's able to cross up Moncrief and follow through. Final score, 91-81. Niagara picking up their 3rd straight victory. They improved to 8-10 on the season. Brampton to 9-9. As Kyle Vinales finishes things off here at the CAA Centre. Just a tough loss for Brampton. They were in and out of this game, but these are the back-to-back champs that we're used to seeing. New coach, new roster, but still same fight. And one of the big reasons that this game was closed out was Kyle Vinales, but also Khalil Ahmad, who had 24 points. He continues to be a shining star in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. As Ahmad is our player of the game presented by Booster Juice. He's standing by with Francisca.
Good game, Khalil. What was the biggest key out of this game tonight?
Defensive intensity. I think when we're intense like that on defense, we're a really hard team to play against.
And you had a big impact on tonight's game. What was it that got you going?
I saw a couple easy ones going to the free throw line, gave me some confidence. My team, my coaches are always breathing confidence into me and just trying to be who I am.
And I spoke to some of the kids, and one told me it's an emotional experience seeing you guys play. How does it make you feel that you guys have such an impact on these young kids?
It's amazing. Trying to inspire the next generation. Like we used to go watch pros when we were little, just trying to give that back.
Perfect. Good win. Thank you. Guys?
Thank you, Francisca. 91-81, your final. Niagara taking down Brampton on the road. Khalil Ahmad, a big piece of this victory. We're going to break it down on the other side. Stick around. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From high rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey, limitless possibilities.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
Redtag.ca.
It's a classic Cal Tire Western Conference rivalry as the next game across the CEBL tomorrow takes place when the Winnipeg Sea Bears travel to Saskatoon to take on Tavian Dunmartin and the Mamba as the push for the playoffs heats up. Action begins 7:30 Central, I should say, 9:30 Eastern. The Brampton Honey Badgers fall to the Niagara River Lions, 91-81 your final score. Niagara flexing that defensive muscle. Also doing it on the offensive end, fueled by 24 points from Khalil Ahmad. That was a team high. 15 points for Nathan Kayo as well. Other players in double digits, Keontae Kennedy, Munis Tutu, and Kyle Vinales, who hit the dagger triple in target score time to seal things. The River Lions entered 44% from the field. That was worst in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. They shoot a whopping 58% from the field to close out the game, earning their third straight victory, their longest streak of the season. For my partner, Joe Razzo, our sideline reporter, Francisca Opong, our director, Mason, and our entire talented crew, I'm Matt Bonomi saying so long and thanks for joining us from the CAA Centre.
Knock 'em out the mud, knock 'em out the world, knock 'em out the world with your pet top time for some action.